Hey, oh, 250 capital G, y'all come on in. I got everything you need from live videos to skits to stories to journalism and much more. Kick back, relax, and bring your A game. Direction and serenity. Let's go.
Check this out.
Cam is just being an ass. I don't know why, but he is. Brock Purdy did a milk check at the end of that game. Did you see it? If you wasn't that guy, let's not get on these podcasts and these different places talking like you was that guy. Cam, you were a glorified running back, son. Only 2 running backs in the National Football League had more touchdowns than you running when you were in, and that was AP all day, Adrian Peterson, and Shady McCoy. You don't show up on any passing lists. No ratings, no touchdown to interception ratio, none of that. So stop it. Stop it. You had a good
MVP. He would argue MVP.
Great year 1 year. Great year 1 year. And you know what we tell you in the National Football League? You got lucky. In the second year, you're working on it. The third year, now you're consistent about it. Hey, we're going to recognize you. Come on, man. Arian Foster had 1,616 yards and 16 touchdowns. You know where he's at now? Offensive Player of the Year. Ain't that basically the same thing for a running back or a receiver? Same thing. So we've had people show up with a couple good years or 1 good year. But Cam, come on, man.
Yo, Michael T. Porter here. Welcome to 250 Gemstones Culture Channel. This is a channel that represents a nation of people that strive for excellence and greatness every single day. I got another bomb episode for y'all, but before I begin, y'all hit the like button, the subscribe button, that share button. Pass me around, Facebook, Instagram, and all other social media platforms. And y'all know how I feel about my chising. If you guys like to support the channel, Cash App is $Michael US. So grateful, so grateful. Also, check out my Spotify podcast, the 250 Gemstones Culture Podcast. Link is in the description. Y'all stay and watch the whole video. We need to talk. Cam Newton brings on Warren Sapp after Warren Sapp calls him an ass when talking with Jason Whitlock. When he was on the Jason Whitlock show, and they were calling Cam Newton the ass, and Cam, he got to defend his glory, which he should, defend his honor, which he should. He brought Warren Sapp, and they had it out. I'm going to play this video for y'all. Y'all kick back, relax. I'm going to be breaking it up. I'm going to be doing some commentary during the video. Not too much. But I want you guys to see my side during the video. And then we're going to go. I got some commentary. I had some commentary for y'all. And I'm not just another man running his mouth. I actually pulled up the stats on all of the quarterbacks, the 4 quarterbacks that Cam poo-pooed on. And their numbers will shock you. Let's go.
Anyways, the other day during Super Bowl week, Cam on his podcast had Warren Sapp on his show 4th and 1 and confronted the former D lineman about his criticism of him, and things kind of got a little contested before the pair ultimately made amends and shook hands. Have a listen.
Because even though there were certain takes about Cam Newton that I would have said, like, that's not true.
Which one?
I keep
that
it up.
I said?
Yes.
We're gonna get to you, brother.
Oh, please, come on.
But check.
Please.
I don't bring no emotions.
Please.
I don't bring no emotions to it.
No,
Because
it's not personal.
But this is the thing. And it made sense when I was talking to Kimberly last night. I said to myself, I was like, yo, they have more airtime than I have.
Of course.
So
And
if they have a take, they can.
You heard what that nigga said? He said that y'all got more airtime, and Warren Sapp said, yeah, and a bigger audience too.
Make a mistake, or they can have a take on one of their segments. They can have another take on another segment. They can have another take on. I only have a take for this time period that I'm on. You see what I'm saying? So to your take where you said Cam Newton is just being an ass, Cam Newton was just a glorified running back. That's a subjective state. And at the end of the day, you just said, not me, you just said it. If I'm asking for a quarterback's take, you're going to revert to the quarterback.
Hold on.
He said
all right. What we were talking about in those instances were...
Who's that nigga in the background? He's Cam Newton got a cheerleader in the back. Cam Newton got a cheerleader in the back. He said, we're going to get to you, brother. We're going to get to you, brother. Like, goddamn, Cam is a 6'6" quarterback. He don't need nobody to hold his hand.
You were taking Brock What was the other quarterback?
No. Brock Purdy, Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua Tagovailoa that led the league in passing.
Yes.
Brock Purdy that's in the Super Bowl. What was the other quarterback?
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff that was in the NFC Championship game.
Right.
And what was the other game manager?
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott
that led the league in passing touchdowns this year. So we got the passing leader in yards, touchdowns, and the guy that's in the Super Bowl and the guy that was in the NFC Championship game are game managers.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
How'd you get to that?
The guy that name was who?
Brad Johnson.
Was he a game changer or a game manager?
It's in the Super Bowl and the guy that was in the NFC Championship game are game managers.
Yes, sir.
How'd you get to that?
The guy that won the Super Bowl with you, his name was who?
Brad Johnson.
Was he a game changer or a game manager?
Look at Warren Sapp.
Come on now.
You know I got a rule, right, Cam? There's 3 things on my football team you don't touch. My head coach, my kicker, and my quarterback. You love Troy Aikman?
Love him.
Who has more quarterback? Who has more touchdown passes, Troy Aikman or that guy you're talking about, my quarterback, Brad Johnson?
You're not answering my question. Just because he has a lot of touchdowns doesn't mean he's a game changer. He's still a game manager. So
You didn't see him in Minnesota with Randy Moss now? But you didn't see him in Washington with...
I'm going to let you finish. I just want to make my point.
And he drove this.
For a nigga that don't have any championship rings, talking about Cam Newton, he sure be talking heavy. This man talks heavy like he got rings. Watch what he says about quarterbacks who do have rings. Watch what this nigga say about Tom Brady.
And the only reason he got beat because he was with us and the ball, the guy fumbled the field goal at the end of the game. We beat him 14-13. The year I went to the championship game and lost to the greatest show on turf against Marshall Faulkner.
St. Louis Rams.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
In 99 years. Brad Johnson was in my stadium, had me on the ropes, 13-0, and all of a sudden we came out of nowhere, scored 2 touchdowns, and they lined up for the game-winning field goal, and the damn holder messed it up.
Right. But that don't make him a game changer, though, bro. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Man's a world champion.
I understand
The
that.
man's a world champion. What about a man's world championship or gold jacket that you can throw dirt on to say what about it?
Hold on, stop.
No, I'm saying, you're talking about a game changer. The man won the greatest game we know. And in that game, you had a ball right in front of you, and you didn't stick your nose to go back and get it after it came out your hand.
Right.
But look how, let's see, here's how I'm looking at it. Me personally, I don't care too much for Cam Newton because he thinks, I think it's okay to think highly of yourself if you are humble and if you actually did something. When you start talking like Cam, you would think that he would have multiple championships, but he doesn't have any. And this goes to show you why he doesn't have a championship. See, this is the OG. Warren Sapp is trying to school Cam Newton on why you don't have a championship because you're not willing to get down to dirty. You just want to play dress up and you got that dirty palm tree on top of your head. You were more concerned about playing dress up and you wonder why you don't have a championship ring. I guess that's how, look how Warren Sapp is looking at him. Notice when Warren Sapp said this is the biggest stage, talking about the Super Bowl, and you wouldn't even get your 6'5", 240, 250 pound self on the ground to go get the ball. He called it the church money to go get the ball. But you sit around here and poo-pooing on all these other men's. I mean, you sitting here talking about other men's careers. And after the end of this video, I did my research. I'm not just a nigga talking. I actually pulled up the stats on all 4 of these quarterbacks, and every last one of these quarterbacks had a higher completion rate. This is why Warren Sapp calls him a glorified running back, because when they think of quarterbacks throwing the ball, they do not think Cam Newton. This man Cam Newton just talks like he talk heavy. There you go.
I think you're regurgitating my information as a knock on his play. I think of that Tampa Bay Buccaneers team
As a defensive team.
as a defensive team.
But I'm
Not
tell you
because
this.
of, but listen, I done made you make your point. It's not because of Brad Johnson though. You see what I'm saying? That's my take. It's a defensive team that was led by Brooks, right? Yourself, Barber. Like, it's a whole slew of talent that I think about before I think about Brad Johnson.
I know.
So
And
that's
then-
my point when
now
I'm saying
let's-
about
now
San
let's go
Francisco.
inside the numbers, right?
I'm thinking about San Francisco
because
49ers.
This was 20 years ago.
Yes, sir.
20 years ago. 21 now.
Okay. Can you do something for me? I got you.
Can we look in the numbers?
Yes, sir.
Let's look at it. Quarterback driving this thing up and down the field, throwing 2 touchdowns to Keenan McCardle on Charles Woodson.
Yes, sir.
With Rod Woodson in the backfield.
Yes, sir.
What part of it my quarterback didn't change about the game? You know, when we think of
So he's talking about the team that they played. I think he's talking about the Super Bowl 21 years ago. He's talking about his quarterback, Brad Johnson, was slinging that ball against another good defensive team. That team that he was throwing to, his Brad Johnson was throwing that ball around, and Cam Newton is overlooking that. He changed the game. We were able to throw the ball against a good defense. I mean, my nigga.
them quintessential quarterbacks, you're one of them. Because why call you a glorified running back? Because you attacking these guys?
I'm not attacking them.
No, well, you call them game managers.
That's not attack.
No.
It's a style of play.
That's not style of playing.
What?
But you're
There's no such thing as a game manager style of play.
no, but you're taking
talking about?
you're taking a game manager as a sign of disrespect, and it's
It
not.
is.
No, it's not.
It is
That's
disrespectful.
not for you. It is for
That
me.
wasn't
it's
how
not.
it was intended.
Game manager as a quarterback been a
Who's this nigga in the background? Cam Newton got a cheerleader. How much is Cam Newton paying you, boy? How much is this nigga Cam paying you?
tag. Name me that guy.
Tom Brady.
Well, look what he said
Brady.
about.
The greatest of all time with 7
Elite.
championships.
Elite.
Is a game manager.
He's an elite game
So I
manager.
didn't hear you say I have them in this game manager category because the top game manager is Tom Brady.
No, but I don't have
The greatest
airtime
game
though.
manager.
No, he
we've
did
ever-
name
I
Tom
wanna
Brady
make
now.
sure on 4th and 1 where we spit the facts.
Come
right?
on.
Yes, sir.
Tom Brady, game manager.
Elite.
Elite game man.
And another thing about most black men, they always trying to sound smarter than what they are. What is an elite game manager? Either you're a game manager or you're not, because we're gonna jump into this.
It is game manager.
Yes.
Okay, so game manager is not a bad term.
So yeah, that was the interaction between the pair. It appeared
Whoa. What do we got here? So, as you can see, Cam Newton just called the greatest quarterback of all time. Or some have other people. I have Joe Montana. Everybody has their favorite. But we can say that Tom Brady is the GOAT in reference to his accomplishments. 7 rings, completions, all that good stuff. But we're not going to talk about Tom Brady. We're going to talk about the 4 quarterbacks in which Cam Newton is talking about. And this is why Cam Newton was called an ass by Warren Sapp. These numbers will shock you. Trust me, these numbers will shock you. Cam Newton. We're going to start with Cam Newton's, because I'm going to compare these 4 quarterbacks to Cam Newton. Cam Newton played for 11 years. His completion percentage is the lowest out of all 4 quarterbacks that he mentioned: Tua Tagovailoa, Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott, and Jared Goff. Once again, Cam Newton's completion percentage is less than all 4 quarterbacks as a career. Less than all 4 of those quarterbacks he calls game managers. Well, if your percentage is lower than a game manager, what does that make you? Let's get it. Cam Newton, this is all Cam Newton stats. Cam Newton completion percentage for his career is 59.9%. 59.9% yards completed for a career. 32,000. Not too bad. But he played 11 years. Average yards per game, 7.2. And I also want to point out his average yards per game is less than all 4 quarterbacks he's mentioned. His completion percentage is less than all 4 of those quarterbacks, and his average yard gainage is less than all of them. 7.2 total touchdowns for a career, 194. 194. Let's compare. Tua has only been playing in the league 4 to 5 years. One of them years they set out, I don't know if they count that year. Let's say 5 years, right? 5 years. Tua completion percentage, y'all hear this, 66.9% in comparison to Cam Newton, 59.9. Blew him out the water. Cam Newton, 32,000 yards for a career. Tua's only been playing 5 years. He has 12,639. Very good, not bad. So Tua would have more, but like I say, he's been injured, I think, for a year and a half, a full season and half a season. Not bad. Average yard on gain, 7.7 in comparison to Cam Newton's 7.2. As of now, he's still fresh in the league. 81 touchdowns already. Brock Purdy has only been in the NFL 2 years, so his percentage may be still good. Maybe down the line his percentage may drop. But as of now, Cam Newton has called Brock Purdy a game manager, and his completion rate, his completion percentage is 68.7. Brock Purdy has the highest percentage completion. Of course, he's only been in the league 2 years, so it's going to be high. If he can maintain, that'll be damn good. If he may go lower. Injuries, all these things play a factor, but his completion rate, his completion percentage, as of now, is still higher than Cam Newton, 68.7, and he just went to the Super Bowl. His yards for a career so far is 5,654, and he has the highest yards per game, 9.2. So every time he's moving that ball up the field, he's averaging 9.2. That's throwing, that's passing, just getting the yards. 9.2 in comparison to Cam Newton, 7.2. So after 4 quarterback, he has the highest completion percentage and the highest average as far as gaining yards. As of now, he already has 44 touchdowns, second year in the league. Dak Prescott has been in the league 8 years. His completion percentage is higher than Cam Newton as well, with a 67% completion percentage. He has 29,459 yards as a career. If he keeps this on pace, he'll pass Cam easily. In less than 11 years, he played 8, Cam played 11, and he's already about to pass Cam Newton. Average yardage going up the field, 7.6 in comparison to Cam Newton's 7.2. And he's already has more touchdowns than Cam Newton, sitting on 205 touchdowns for a career. I didn't know it. I'm out here in Dallas. Well, goddamn, Dak. I guess you are doing something. You ain't winning nothing, but I guess you producing. Last one, Jared Goff has been playing for 8 years in the National Football League in comparison to Cam Newton's 11. He also has a higher completion percentage than Cam Newton. 64.7 in comparison to Cam Newton's 59.9. He's sitting on 30,429 yards in comparison to 32,382 with Cam. So he's a little bit behind Cam. He will pass Cam up too. If he's able to play another year or two, he will pass Cam as well in a less amount of time. His average yardage is 7.4 in comparison to Cam Newton's 7.2. I'm sorry, Dak has 7.6. I said 7.4. Dak has 7.6. Jared Goff has 7.4. And Jared Goff will pass Cam Newton in a short amount of time because he's already sitting on 184 and Cam has 194. He only needs 10 more touchdowns to pass Cam. Dak has already passed Cam in touchdowns, and he will pass Cam soon in career yardages. Dak and Goff are on their way to blow. If they continue what they're doing, they will pass Cam Newton in yardages in a short amount of time. They could probably do it in the next year. Dak would just be his 9th year in the league. This would be Jared Goff's 9th year. And I see them, even if they play to 10 years, they will pass Cam Newton in all of their categories. If they keep doing what they're doing, their completion percentage is better. They will pass Cam Newton in yardage. They average more yards up the field. If they keep doing what they're doing, Goff 7.4, Dak 7.6, and they will pass him in touchdowns. They're passing this man, the veterans, Dak and Jared Goff is about to pass Cam Newton. So I don't know how he's even. And right now, they're playing better football than Cam Newton. They're playing better football than Cam Newton. Y'all flood my comments. What do y'all think about Cam running his mouth when all 4 of those quarterbacks substantially, especially Dak and Goff, will have their numbers will supersede Newton, and these young bucks, Tua and Brock Purdy, are handling business out there. What do y'all think on Cam Newton's take, talking about these 4 men who are handling business, are game managers, and then him calling Tom Brady an elite game manager? Lord have mercy. Not everyone needs a platform. I'm gone.